Welcome back. Now, Introduction to South African Guitar Styles, Volume 1, is a book by Billy Monama, which is an exploration of the history of the guitar in Black South African popular music over 5 decades. It looks at the most important styles to have evolved around it: maskanda, African jazz, kwela, mbaqanga, and XiTsonga. Billy Monama is a South African guitarist, author, composer, arranger, producer, educator, founder and the managing director of the Grazroots Project. He joins us now this morning to tell us more about this new exciting project. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Live. I suppose, you know what, I'm not surprised, but I am surprised.
Yes.
The decision to go guitar, was it long overdue though?
Yes. Oh my goodness, man. 15 years.
Yeah.
You know, I think if I was not patriotic and also conscientized, this wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
That it kept me, you know, going and going and seeing masters dying and undocumented. It gave me the inspiration to do this. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Introduction to South African Guitar Styles. Tell us a little bit about this. You go 5 decades. Talk to us about the process of putting it together.
Oh my goodness, yes. So now it's a research of the history of the evolution, you know, particularly from the 1900 until 1980. So now, when I say the 5 decades of Okuvamba, so Okuvamba is to strum.
Yes.
And so now I started capturing, you know, the main figures who came with this style and innovated it from 1930s to 1980s. So this one is the first volume.
Right.
It's volume 1. So now volume 2, it will begin from 1980 to 2000. So, but now taking you through the process is that South Africa, it has very rich cultural diversity and history as well. So now when there were forced removals from Dorenfontein, black people, they moved from Dorenfontein to Sophiatown. The white government, they thought, now man, these people, they're in Sophiatown, they are creating a great vibe, they are together, mixed cultures. They're like, San Susala, we're taking you to Middlelands. And then that's what that was the birth of African jazz. So now African jazz, it was a voice of it was a voice that contributed in emancipation of you know, of this country, because it brought what? It brought Miriam Makeba, who was an expert, who had a voice against apartheid. So now music contributed for us to be here today. So now I take you through maskanda.
Yeah.
You know, the guitar players who were playing in the street corners, you know, just to be paid for the recording session, to get drunk, and then they never even credited them well. The spellings, they were wrong, and you know, the songs were titled wrong. So I came here to clean up all that nonsense that was there. And kwela. Kwela, it was a revolutionary style of music that, you know, it involved a penny whistle, that it was a warning to them, to the majitas who were at the street corners, that the police is coming. That is why the van of the police was called kwela.
Yeah.
So now there's kwela, there's XiTsonga. I mean, there's no way that music, when you hear the guitar plays, you could tell, you know. So yeah.
I see you're very passionate. Who else did you work with on this book?
I did the research on my own. I did the research on my own, but the people at the early stage who helped me to, because I'm not a scholar, you know. So I don't have a scholar level degrees and so forth, but now people who guided me through the process, Gwen Ansel at the early stage, and Professor David Copeland in the early stage. They said, Billy, you want to write a book? It's up to you. What narrative you want to tell the people? I said, I want to document black South African musicians. Yeah.
Who else did you contributed to the book?
Oh, well, for sure. I mean, like, for this book to be here, the sponsorships, people, I had to knock from different doors. National Institute of Humanities and Social Sciences, the National Arts Council, the City of Johannesburg, SAMRO, but no, listen, it was not a smooth thing because this book, they didn't understand what kind of book is this. So
Yes.
now, to fund it, they're like, they were quite skeptical, but now they understand where I am, because this book, it consists of audio.
Yeah.
So now, at the end of each and every chapter, there's an audio that is available on SoundCloud. So if you can't read music, you can click there, the link. It is a chapter of Maskanda and other chapters. Same, there's this a visual part of it, whereby there are tutorial videos in visual. You can watch the whole masterclass available on my website.
Now, 15 years in the making, was there ever a point where you thought, I'm never going to finish this project, and the obstacles that came with putting it together?
There are obstacles, and obstacles are financial obstacles. Because without funds, I can't travel to do a research in I mean, like, on the next volume, I want to go to Komate Port.
Yes.
There are guys there in Nyaza, they play Nyaza, there's Zozo, Nicolas Zikara. I want to go there. I want to go to Cape Town. I want to go to KwaZulu-Natal, because if there's no money, I can't do it. I need to pay the editor. I need to, so there's a production cost of it. So the finances are the ones that they made me to have a stop and go. But I never stopped, because every time I hear that a master has demised, it touches my heart that, oh, I could have interviewed that man. We could have told the story.
I'm looking at this book, and some of the people that you speak to are the great Edward Mabasa. I mean, what came out of that conversation? I can only imagine.
Edward Mabasa, he came with those were the innovators who came with the what do you call the XiTsonga upbeat, kind of a thing, and they revolutionized the music. So they came. Edward, he's a descendant of M. Shirinda. So M. Shirinda is the guy who was the father of XiTsonga, a guitar and musician, to record. Yeah.
How did you then decide which categories you're going to cover, like mbaqanga, and which genres you're going to cover?
Like I said before, that all these styles, these are very important styles that they define South African musician. And also, to add in depth, the personnels who are there, I mean, their biography is there also.
Yes.
So there's a history in this book, there's a historical landscape, and there are biographies and their scores. There are case studies of how the techniques of how these masters they've played. For example, during the Black consciousness in the 1960s, it brought the musicians like Malombo, Philip Taban.
Yes.
So now I put him there and you had like the Cyril Makubani. You know what I'm saying? So now these people, they were taken. Cyril Makubani, he was a voice of that time, because he was part of the what do you call it, the forced removals from George Koch. They moved the people from George Koch, they took them to Shantytown in Orlando.
Yeah.
So now, you see, during that movement, musicians, they were the voice of the people.
All right.
Really? So yeah, the biographies are only for the innovators. People, because I know people ask me, Billy, what about this one? What about that one? It's not about, I can't do everyone. I do only the special ones.
All right, Billy, thank you so much. I'm excited about this book, Introduction to South African Guitar Styles, Volume 1. There'll be 2 more volumes after this. Guitarist on his extraordinary book that dives into the rich heritage of South African guitar and music styles, tracing the history of the guitar. All right, speaking of music, Lucille is here.